They got me in chains, chains, chains. They got me in chains, chains, chains.
I was taken from my motherland and brought into this strange land.
I was stripped from my family as I was brought to this strange land.
I was ganged up on the beat as they brought me into this strange land.
As I was dragged through the doors of no return, I uncontrollably cried at the saddest sight you will ever see. I was locked in the crate at the bottom of a ship with many others stolen from their families.
And the boat ride, the foul stench of dry blood, vomited feces, the horrible smell of rotting corpses, while the diseases manifesting in those deplorable conditions alone was enough to kill anybody. Some may say I'm lucky to have survived that ride, but I say it must have been bad luck that allowed me to survive that boat ride, because once I arrived here to this strange new land, this is where my new torture began.
This is where my new torture began.
Chains,
Chains, they got me in chains, chains, chains. They got me in chains.
I was beaten until I was black and blue and forced to accept their names and their religion.
I was beat till I was black and blue, forced to wear their clothes, work for it. They forbid me from speaking my native language.
they raped me, and forced me to breed with other men so I can bring life into this strange land. I was robbed of my dignity, self-worth, and beauty.
They told their people that I was an animal, dangerous and worthy of slavery. They lied and tricked them.
They made so much money off of me, became rich from my blood, sweat, and tears.
As I grow old, my children bears children. And the cycle of life goes, each generation becomes more and more distant from the teachings of the motherland. But the children born to this land, sadly, this will be the only life they know.
Now they up the ante by teaching us to hate one another, define us by skin color, continuing to abuse us. See, they won't teach us how to read and write, but instead focus on the visuals of dark and light. They told me I was ugly and did everything to force me to despise how I look.
My dark colored skin gave me a one-way ticket to work out in the fields all day to deal with physical abuse, while my lighter complected sister got to work in the house all day to deal with more mental abuse. Chains, chains,
They got me in chains, chains, chains. They got me in chains.
I hear a train coming. I hear a train coming. There's a train coming. An opportunity to be free. Remember, ain't no cushy seats on this ride. Just our feet on the land as we walk in the middle of the night. We will experience dangerous elements as we walk from state to state. Although we may become the strange fruit you see hanging from the tree, pay no attention to it. Keep your eyes on me. We are resilient and strong in this fight. For those of you who believe it's worth dying to be free, then live this life of slavery, come with me. We will first journey through the south and up north to Ohio, the first free state. There will be rest stops like St. John in Canada. But remember, the law isn't on our side. The Fugitive Act will stop us in our tracks because they want their property back.
Chains, chains, loosen my chains. 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 The war came and it set us free. But not free because they cared about our dignity, but free because of a concern of money and economics. Yes, it looked like we would all be able to walk free, but black codes or black laws were set in place to keep us down, making it illegal for us to have the basic things we needed in order to succeed. Yes, it looked like we would be able to walk free. It looked like they freed us from these chains, but they wrote laws and codes all across the land for the sole purpose of reinforcing these chains.
They didn't want us to be educated. They made it illegal for me to read, write, and of course vote. But with the power to vote, we could have changed laws that has us
Locked up in chains.
be no equal wages for me. There'll be no fair houses for me. They'll block me for bearing arms, but yet I can still fight for this country, the so-called land of the free. But yet I'm still treated better by people from foreign countries.
Time is progressing, but so many will try to convince me that I'm ugly. My nose is too big, my lips is too big, my hair is too nappy. So many will tell me that I'm stupid and unworthy. They say white is right, and I'm not all right. They'll continue to force us to see color, to form a wedge between me and my darker brother. They'll try to turn my sisters against each other just because one is lighter than the other. There was even talk of following Marcus Garvey's ideology on how to be free. They put on white hoods and continue to bomb our schools, burn crosses on our front yards, and put nooses around our necks. At times, we were used as human lab rats for tests, like the Tuskegee experiment. Despite everything they did to derail us, we still made major contributions, like Garrett Morgan in the traffic light, Daniel Williams in open heart surgery, and Thurgood Marshall, who fought and won in a system that wasn't created for me.
As the civil rights era came marching in, united, we took the streets for sit-ins. We protested in the streets for equality, while rising above being attacked by dogs, water hoses, and other malicious strategies. We changed some laws and ended things like Jim Crow and separate but equal segregation. We even established fair housing and the Voters' Right Act. And with our black power, we stopped spending our green dollars to force integration for the buses in Montgomery.
As we strive to achieve the American dream of home ownership, these invisible chains tighten upon us, with realtors acting as gatekeepers, and the creation of redlining and the denial of loans that work together to stop homeowners like me from fixing up our properties. Such deplorable acts only led to urban decay, and with the flight of investors, food deserts were created. The effects of this can still be seen today as I must travel outside of my community to spend my money in another city.
Chains, chains, I'm breaking my chains. Chains, chains, I'm breaking my chains. Chains, chains, I'm breaking my chains.
We survived slavery, kicked down many doors of inequality, integrated many things that was restricted for a person like me. Now we're moving into the 80s, and there are new things keeping us oppressed, like racial profiling, driving while black, and there are still lack of jobs and much poverty. Now they're flooding our streets with those poisonous things of drugs and violence. And when I turn on the TV to watch the news or maybe a movie, there are very few images that look like me. But yet the ones I do see manage to vilify me.
As we move forward, there's a new laws within the land. Laws that continue to further stifle the black man. There's been many problems along the way. I'm talking about a granted 3 strikes and I'm out, 5 years imprisonment, and a lifelong label as being a felon, but selling the same stuff that's now legalized for and being sold throughout the country. During the first drug epidemic, they threw the book at me. But now there's an opiate epidemic that's spreading wide in the white communities. They're saying some laws have been rewritten to permit more leniency, but I'm waiting on these certain laws to be written that will release me from these institutional chains.
For a minute, I started to see positive images of people that look like me on TV. You know, shows like A Different World and women like Claire Huxtable that was educated and strong. But people complained that these images were fake. And as time moves forward, I started to see the manifestation and rebirth of black buffoonery. Fake reality shows of people fighting and glorifying material things such as big butts, money, cars, and jewelry. Subliminal message of a sad sight to see, such as a lack of unity. My sisters are on prime time getting paid to hurt each other with anger, rage, and jealousy. So many distractions of unimportant things. Then we get distracted by what's really happening, like Trayvon Martin and Trump's in office and the effects of police brutality. New social movements like Black Lives Matter. Why are people perverting the many and causing a distraction from what's really going on? Caring about black does not make me anti-blue.
We will not live our lives in chains. Why don't people see that I can be glorified on the basketball court, the football field, or on TV? But when I remove my uniform, this uniform does not come off.
This uniform does not come off.
Despite all the fears, the lies, and the hateful, deceitful tactics set to hold us back. In the great words of Maya Angelou, like air, still I
rise.
I rise.
I rise.
We rise.
They say the truth will set you free. Or will it continue to censor me? At the end of the day, I just want to live in harmony with people like you and me. Don't turn a blind eye to the injustice you see. Stand up and fight so we can all be free.
It makes me sad to see my dreamers that came here from another land being snatched from this country. Their dreams are being shattered by the realities of laws that can hinder people like you and me. Now it's time to ask, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do to stop the repeat of history?